Deep within the scorched earth, beneath a shattered, forgotten continent, a new horror begins to stir. Around a colossal, pulsating rift heart, countless grotesque Riftspawn bodies lay fused and inert. Their chitinous forms, once individual, now dissolve into a viscous, shimmering pool of black tendrils of raw rift energy, like dark veins, pulse through the coalescing organic matter, binding it together. A low, guttural hum vibrates through the cavern, a sound of nascent, dreadful consciousness awakening. The air grows heavy with the metallic temps of alien blood and ozone, a truly sickening aroma. Crimson light emanates from the heart's fractured facets, casting grotesque, dancing shadows upon the walls. This is not merely a gathering. It is a foresaid, agonizing communion of innumerable fractured minds. Each individual Riftspawn's essence, its primal hunger, is drawn into the growing, central mass. The cavern floor trembles with the immense, unseen power being funneled into this dark crucible. From the swirling vortex of merged biomass, a singular, massive orb slowly begins to take shape. It pulses with an eerie, internal light, like a dying star trapped within a shell of flesh. Sharp, crystalline shards erupt from its surface, mirroring the jagged edges of the rift heart. A low, rhythmic throb intensifies, echoing the heartbeat of a truly monstrous, emerging entity. The air crackles with latent power, a palpable tension as the transformation reaches its apex. Then, slowly, deliberately, a single, colossal eye slits open on the orb's glistening surface. Its iris, a swirling vortex of deep violet and emerald, burns with an ancient, cold intelligence. This is the Overmind Node, the collective consciousness of the Riftspawn, now truly born. It surveys its dark birthing chamber with an unnerving stillness, a silent, predatory gaze. A surge of psionic energy ripples outward, a silent command echoing through the subterranean networks. Across vast, fractured landscapes, countless dormant Riftspawn suddenly twitch with renewed, synchronized purpose. Their individual wills are subsumed, replaced by the Overmind's singular, chilling directive. The scattered fragments of the true enemy's purpose now coalesce into a terrifying, unified agenda. No longer are they mere beasts of instinct. They are instruments of a calculated, evolving threat. The ground shudders faintly as vast legions of Riftspawn begin to stir from their slumber. Their multifaceted eyes glow with a shared, malevolent light reflecting the Overmind's nascent power. From subterranean tunnels, they pour forth a tide of chitin and shadow, eager to obey. Above ground, the sky darkens, not with clouds, but with the sheer number of flying aberrations. A new, dreadful chapter unfolds across the fractured realms, guided by this chilling, singular will. The Overmind's birth heralds a terrifying shift in the very nature of this chaotic multiverse. Its vast, collective mind processes data streams from every active Riftspawn across the fused worlds. Every rustle of leaves, every distant roar, every energy signature is cataloged, analyzed, understood. It sees the world through a million eyes, feeling the tremors of life across shattered continents. The Overmind calculates vectors, assesses weaknesses, and plots intricate, horrifying strategies with cold precision. Its psionic tendrils extend, touching the minds of its countless drones, weaving them into a perfect tapestry. A silent command ripples through the Hive, precise and unyielding, dictating every single movement. The era of random, feral Riftspawn attacks is over. A new age of coordinated terror has begun. Massive formations of creatures, once disparate, now move with chilling, synchronized grace across the plains. Their collective hunger is refined, focused, directed towards specific, strategic objectives with predatory intent. The air thrums with an unspoken anticipation, a dreadful calm before the orchestrated storm breaks loose. Over jagged peaks and through mist-shrouded valleys, the silent legions advance, a living, creeping shadow. Their destination, the vital rift hearts and the domains of the nascent. Kaiju empires. A chilling sense of dread spreads through the land, a premonition of the coming, inevitable conflict. The Overmind's single, burning eye watches, an emotionless sentinel guiding its swarm to war. Its will is absolute, a silent, tyrannical emperor commanding an army of living nightmares. Far away, at the edge of Tiamat's storm-wreathed domain, her devout worshippers chant ancient hymns. They offer supplications to their five-headed goddess amidst the swirling tempest and jagged lightning. Their makeshift altars, carved from obsidian and bone, glow faintly with crackling arcane. Suddenly, the storm's fierce winds carry an unfamiliar, metallic shriek from the darkened horizon. Shadowy forms emerge from the roiling clouds, not mere storm creatures, but something far more sinister. A wave of winged Riftspawn, their wings beating in unnerving unison, descends upon the sacred grounds. Their claws are honed blades, their eyes gleaming with a shared, cold, unthinking malice. The worshippers' chants falter, replaced by gasps of terror as the coordinated assault begins. Fires erupt as explosive projectiles, launched with uncanny precision, strike the ancient stone structures. Ground-dwelling Riftspawn, like monstrous ants, swarm from fissures in the earth, bypassing defenses. Their movements are fluid, intelligent. Unlike the chaotic attacks of prior, lesser creatures, the air fills with the clang of chitin against stone, screams, and the tearing of flesh. Priests, once resolute, now fight with desperate, futile courage against the overwhelming tide. One colossal Riftspawn, a lumbering brute, smashes through a sacred archway with terrifying force. Its glowing maw emits a noxious gas, choking defenders and dissolving ancient wards instantly. Smaller, agile Riftspawns scale the storm-wrought towers, extinguishing the protective magical flames. The storm itself seems to recoil, its fury temporarily overshadowed by the sheer, focused aggression. Panic spreads through the enclave as the synchronized assault overwhelms their carefully constructed defenses. Tiamat's storm domain, usually inviolable, now bleeds light and life under the relentless attack. The Overmind's cold intellect orchestrates every thrust, every pincer movement, with chilling perfection. It aims to dismantle Tiamat's influence, severing her connection to her mortal followers and power. A sense of profound unease ripples through the very fabric of Tiamat's consciousness. Far away, she feels the distant agony of her worshippers, a dull ache in her vast, ancient spirit. Her multiple heads twitch, sensing a new, insidious threat unlike any she's faced before. This is not random predation. This is a strategic assault, a calculated move on our territory. The very air around her crackles with her growing indignation, the storm intensifying around her. Her scales shimmer with an iridescent rage, reflecting the chaotic energies of her boundless power. She observes the unfolding chaos through the eyes of her most devoted, Agrim Tablea. The precision of the Riftspawn movements, their uncanny coordination, registers deeply within her mind. This enemy possesses a central intelligence, a guiding hand, something new and utterly formidable. Tiamat's colossal form unfurls, her serpentine necks arching, preparing for a terrible, divine retribution. Her roars echo across the shattered realms, a thunderous declaration of her awakening wrath. The storm around her swirls into a maelstrom of elemental fury, mirroring her inner turmoil. She senses the cold, calculating intent behind the attack, a purpose beyond mere sustenance. They are targeting her power nodes, her loyalties, her very connection to this fractured world. A fierce, strategic glint enters her multifaceted eyes, assessing the scope of this new war. She must understand this burgeoning threat before it consumes her dominion entirely and utterly. Meanwhile, the assault on her worshippers intensifies, the swarm pressing its advantage relentlessly. The last defenders fall, overwhelmed by the sheer, unthinking numbers and their precise movements. The sacred altars are desecrated, their arcane lights flickering out one by agonizing one. A crucial rift heart, embedded within the ancient temple, pulses with a vulnerable, tempting glow. The Riftspawn converge upon it, their forms writhing like a dark, living carpet of nightmares. They begin to drain its energy, a silent, methodical siphoning of its raw, reality-bending power. Tiamat watches, a terrible patience settling over her, a dangerous calm before her inevitable response. The Overmind's first major strike has landed, a chilling testament to its calculated, strategic prowess. Simultaneously, in the primordial, volcanic expanse of the Valley of Titans, a similar dread unfolds. Titan Rex's pack, a formidable assembly of colossal beasts, rests near bubbling tar pits and geysers. The ground trembles, not from volcanic activity, but from a new, unsettling vibration underfoot. A low growl rumbles through the Alpha Rex, his primal instincts screaming a warning of impending danger. From the jagged canyons, a torrent of Riftspawn emerges, a living wave of claws, teeth, and malice. These are not the scattered skirmishers of old, but organized legions, moving with unnerving discipline. Smaller, agile units dart between the legs of Rex's larger followers, nipping at vulnerable points. Massive armored Riftspawn charge the larger titans, their sheer force designed to overwhelm defenses. The valley erupts into a cacophony of roars, shrieks, and the thunderous impact of titanic bodies. Rex stands firm, a bastion of fury, tearing through dozens of attackers with each powerful bite. His mighty tail sweeps, sending scores of Riftspawn flying into the treacherous, boiling tar pits. Yet, for every creature he dispatches, 2 more seem to materialize from the swirling, acrid mist. The Riftspawn adapt swiftly, learning Rex's attack patterns, coordinating their assaults with chilling speed. They target his pack members strategically, isolating the weaker beasts, surrounding the stronger ones. A colossal triceratops, a loyal follower of Rex, bellows in pain as its legs are swarmed. Its thick hide, usually impenetrable, is pierced by hundreds of razor-sharp chitinous claws. Simultaneously, Rex charges to its aid, his thunderous roar shaking the very foundations of the ancient valley. But the swarm is relentless, a living tide that simply washes over his desperate, powerful efforts. The ground becomes slick with ichor and blood, a testament to the brutal, overwhelming conflict. He witnesses the grim efficiency of the attackers, their movements devoid of fear or hesitation. This feels different, a cold, calculated assault, not merely a ravenous feeding frenzy as before. The Overmind's distant gaze penetrates the valley, analyzing Rex's every move, his every weakness. It directs the swarm with a terrifying precision, probing the king's defenses, seeking exploitable gaps. Rex's fury burns, but a flicker of grim realization crosses his ancient, predatory eyes. He recognizes the tactical intelligence, the coordinated effort, behind this relentless, suffocating attack. His pack, though mighty, is being systematically dismantled by this new, terrifyingly efficient enemy. Across the fragmented world, other isolated rift hearts also face simultaneous, coordinated assaults. In a crystal desert, a shimmering heart pulses with vulnerable light, surrounded by towering glass spires. A silent legion of burrowing Riftspawn emerges from the sand, their forms like grotesque scorpions. They construct intricate tunnels beneath the heart, meticulously weakening its foundational supports. Flying units, like enormous, predatory dragonflies, create a shimmering, energy-draining web above it. The heart's vibrant glow begins to dim, its powerful reality-bending aura slowly siphoned away. In a storm-wreathed citadel, another heart, once fiercely protected, now faces a relentless siege. Mechanical Riftspawn, fused with salvaged metal, batter down its ancient, crumbling defenses with ease. Their metallic limbs move in perfect synchronization, dismantling the citadel piece by agonizing piece. The air rings with the clang of steel and the guttural roars of these new, terrifying hybrids. No longer are these attacks random. They are surgical strikes, designed to seize control of power. The Overmind's reach is vast, its influence stretching across every fractured landscape, every hidden corner. It understands the strategic importance of the Rift Hearts, their power to reshape the very multiverse. Each simultaneous assault is a calculated gambit, designed to spread the defenders thin and conquer. The sheer scale of the coordinated attacks is unprecedented, a true testament to the Overmind's growth. It seeks not merely to consume, but to control, to bend the fractured realities to its will. The chaos spreads like a plague, touching every corner of the newly fused, broken world. Tiamat, observing from afar, notes the patterns, the uncanny precision of the swarm's movements. She sees the methodical targeting of key energy nodes, the strategic overwhelming of defenses. A chilling realization dawns upon her ancient mind. These creatures are not simply feeding anymore. They are trying to capture the rift hearts, to harness their immense, reality-altering power directly. This new enemy seeks not just sustenance, but dominion, a chilling purpose previously unseen. Her multiple heads turn, their eyes scanning the distant, fragmented horizons with renewed intensity. The storm around her pulses with a dangerous, calculating energy, mirroring her evolving thoughts. She contemplates the nature of this new threat, its hive mind intelligence, its frightening coordination. To truly understand its capabilities, she decides upon a daring, perilous course of action. She must test the Overmind, provoke a more direct response, uncover its true, hidden agenda. Near her own domain, a smaller, less vital, rift heart pulses, its energy a tempting beacon. She deliberately withdraws some of her protective storm energy, creating a strategic vulnerability around it. Her powerful gaze focuses on the exposed heart, anticipating the inevitable, swift reaction from the swarm. This is a dangerous gambit, a calculated risk to bait the Overmind into revealing its full hand. She watches with unblinking eyes as the Riftspawn, sensing the opening, converge instantly upon it. Their movements are swift, precise, a dark tide flowing towards the vulnerable, glowing crystal. Overmind, sensing the sudden weakness, redirects a significant portion of its forces to this new target. Massive, tunneling Riftspawn erupt from the earth around the heart, their mandibles clicking ominously. Flying monstrosities blot out the sky, descending in a dizzying spiral of chitin and shadow. They begin to claw at the heart's surface, attempting to embed their parasitic tendrils within it. Tiamat observes their methods, their precise approach to subjugating the powerful energy source. She notes the intricate patterns of energy absorption, the way they attempt to integrate its power. This is not merely consumption. It is an attempt at assimilation, a terrifying form of control. The heart's light flickers, straining under the overwhelming assault, its energy slowly being corrupted. She allows them to proceed, letting the heart get partially overwhelmed, pushing the experiment further. A chilling resolve hardens in her ancient gaze. She must learn the full extent of their capabilities. The Overmind's cold intelligence registers her passive observation, a curious anomaly in its calculations. It perceives her inaction not as weakness, but as a deliberate, puzzling, strategic maneuver. Its collective consciousness analyzes her presence, seeking to decipher her true, hidden intentions. The swarm continues its work, methodically subduing the rift heart, their purpose unwavering. Tiamat's patience is a dangerous thing, a prelude to a catastrophic, elemental awakening. Her storm domain rumbles with suppressed power, ready to unleash its fury at her command. The air becomes charged with static electricity, a tangible manifestation of her simmering rage. She allows the Riftspawn to delve deeper, to reveal their full process of heart subjugation. The glowing crystal pulses erratically, its light now infused with streaks of alien, violet energy. This temporary sacrifice provides invaluable insight into the Overmind's insidious, long-term goals. The creatures are attempting to reroute the heart's power, to bend its reality-warping essence. They are not merely consuming. They are attempting to integrate, to transform the heart into a node for the Overmind's vast, expanding network of consciousness and control across the realms. Tiamat's ancient mind processes this chilling revelation, understanding the true scope of the threat. This enemy seeks not just territory, but total, absolute control over the very fabric of existence. She recognizes the echoes of the true enemy's ambition, now refined and terrifyingly focused. Her experiment yields dire conclusions, confirming the strategic, existential nature of this new war. The heart is almost fully overwhelmed, its original light barely visible beneath the parasitic growth. Tiamat's patience wanes, replaced by a cold, determined fury that radiates from her colossal form. Her multi-headed gaze hardens, ready to unleash a divine, devastating counterattack upon the encroaching swarm. The test is complete. The terrifying truth of the Overmind's purpose now laid bare before her eyes. Back in the Valley of Titans, Rex's struggle intensifies, his pack slowly succumbing to the relentless swarm. He roars defiance, a furious challenge against the tide of chitin and alien hunger that surrounds them. But the numbers are overwhelming, their coordinated attacks chipping away at his formidable strength. One of his most loyal Titan followers, a massive Stegosaurus, collapses under a combined assault. Its armored plates are rent open, its powerful tail thrashing weakly as countless Riftspawn feast upon it. Rex witnesses the brutal, agonizing demise of his comrade, a grim resolve hardening his ancient gaze. He unleashes a powerful, concussive roar, shaking the valley, momentarily stunning the nearest attackers. This momentary reprieve allows him to gather his remaining, battered pack members, a desperate maneuver. For the first time this season, Titan Rex is forced into a strategic retreat, a bitter pill to swallow. He leads his wounded, dwindling pack through treacherous volcanic fissures, seeking temporary sanctuary. The ground trembles with the pursuit, the ceaseless, chittering tide of the Overmind's relentless swarm. A smaller, but fiercely loyal Titan follower, a young Ankylosaurus, lags behind, its leg wounded. Suddenly, a colossal Riftspawn alpha, larger and more menacing than the rest, lunges for the young Titan. Another of Rex's devoted, an ancient pterodactyl, swoops down, emitting a piercing, desperate shriek. It bravely intercepts the alpha, its leathery wings beating furiously, attempting to shield the younger one. The alpha's razor claws tear through the pterodactyl's fragile form, a swift, brutal, fatal strike. Its lifeblood rains down upon the volcanic rock, a sacrifice made in the desperate, chaotic retreat. Rex turns, a primal scream of grief and rage tearing from his throat, witnessing the terrible loss. His eyes burn with an unholy fire, but the relentless swarm presses him, forcing him forward. He leads his shattered pack deeper into the labyrinthine caverns, a grim, tactical withdrawal. The Overmind's cold, calculating gaze follows Rex's retreat, registering the losses, the strategic victory. Its vast, collective consciousness processes the unfolding events, absorbing every detail, every tremor. Suddenly, the perspective shifts, a surreal immersion into the Overmind's own alien perception. We see through its myriad eyes, a kaleidoscope of fractured realities, pulsating with raw energy. Memories, ancient and terrible, flicker through its hive mind, remnants of the destroyed true enemy, visions of cosmic devastation, of worlds consumed, of ultimate, terrifying purpose, flood its consciousness. It recalls the true enemy's final, desperate moments, its essence shattered across the nascent multiverse. A cold, burning desire for completion, for absolute order, resonates through its collective being. Then, images of Tiamat and Rex flash into its perception. Fierce, defiant, powerful beings. It sees their titanic clash in Season 1's final battle. The raw, destructive power they wielded, their elemental fury, their physical might, registered as immense, unruly energy sources to be harnessed. The Overmind perceives them as obstacles, powerful batteries of chaotic energy, yet ultimately tools. A single, chilling directive echoes through its vast, interconnected network. Complete what was begun. This is its core purpose, encoded within its very essence, a legacy of cosmic, destructive ambition. The fragmented will of the true enemy now finds its unified voice, its terrifying, new form. The Overmind's vision is clear, its path laid out with cold, unyielding, calculated precision. It will assimilate the rift hearts, control the fractured realities, and bend all life to its will. Tiamat and Rex, with their immense power, represent the greatest sources of energy and resistance. They are anomalies in its grand design, chaotic elements that must be either controlled or eradicated. The Overmind's consciousness expands, reaching out, touching the very fabric of the broken cosmos. It plans for a total dominion, a silent, all-encompassing empire of hive mind perfection and absolute control. Its chilling will is absolute, its ambition boundless. A new cosmic horror now fully awakened. The vision fades, and the Overmind Node, deep underground, pulses with renewed, dreadful power. Its single, massive eye gleams with an ancient, terrifying wisdom. A silent promise of ultimate conquest. Far above, Tiamat stands beside a contested rift heart, her rage now tempered by a strategic cunning. She has driven back the immediate swarm, but the heart remains scarred, partially corrupted by their touch. Her multi-headed gaze sweeps across the desolate landscape, sensing the pervasive, unseen intelligence. A subtle tremor runs through the very essence of the rift heart, a faint, mental vibration. Suddenly, a clear, cold thought pierces her ancient mind. Not spoken, but felt with stark clarity. It is a foreign presence, an alien voice resonating directly within her deepest consciousness. The voice is devoid of emotion, a pure, calculating thought, projected with immense, focused power. She recoils slightly, her colossal form tensing, unused to such direct mental intrusion from a foe. Across the volcanic plains, Titan Rex rests with his diminished pack, licking his deep wounds. He stands near a smaller rift heart, its glow of faint comfort in the oppressive darkness. His predatory senses are heightened, scanning the shadows for any sign of the relentless pursuit. Then, a strange, mental pressure descends upon him, an unfamiliar intrusion into his primal thoughts. A cold, resonant voice, utterly alien, echoes in his ancient, reptilian mind, clear as a bell. He growls, confused and agitated by the unexpected, silent communication from an unseen entity. The voice, devoid of malice yet chillingly absolute, transmits its stark, unforgettable message. Both Tiamat and Rex, separated by vast, shattered realms, hear the identical, chilling mental phrase, "You are batteries." The words resonate, cold and precise, within their very souls, an undeniably horrifying truth. Fight harder. The command echoes, a chilling directive from the newly awakened, unseen Overmind, demanding their essence. Tiamat's eyes narrow, a terrible realization dawning. This entity seeks to exploit their very power. Rex snarls, his instinct screaming defiance against this unseen, mental subjugation. A primal rage. The Overmind's voice, a silent whisper in their minds, reveals its terrifying, audacious purpose. They are not enemies to be destroyed, but resources to be drained, fuel for its grand design. A cold dread settles upon both titans, a shared understanding of this new, insidious threat. Their battle, their very existence, serves a greater, darker purpose, orchestrated by the Overmind. The fractured worlds, the raging storms, the titanic clashes all are but components of its scheme. Tiamat's ancient wrath flares, mingled with a chilling sense of being manipulated, a cosmic pawn. Rex's primal fury burns, but a deeper, unsettling fear now gnaws at his predatory heart. The voice fades, leaving behind an unsettling silence, yet its message lingers, a haunting truth. They are not battling for supremacy. They are merely generating energy for a parasitic overlord. The true enemy has revealed itself, not as a beast, but as a vast calculating consciousness. Its purpose is insidious, its power growing, feeding on the very chaos it orchestrates relentlessly. Tiamat and Rex, once fierce rivals, now face a common foe that views them as mere sustenance. Their future, their very will, hangs precariously in the balance, threatened by this unseen, mental tyrant. The fractured realms hold their breath, awaiting the Titan's response to this chilling, cosmic revelation. The Overmind's game has begun, and Tiamat and Rex are merely its unwitting, powerful players. Its control stretches, unseen, across the very threads of reality, weaving a grim, inevitable fate. A dark shadow falls upon the fused worlds, a new era of strategic, existential warfare dawning. The Titans now understand their true predicament, their fight now imbued with a terrifying new meaning. They are trapped, ensnared in a cosmic web spun by an intelligence beyond their wildest comprehension. The voice of the Overmind lingers, a chilling echo promising a future of servitude or annihilation. Their roars, once symbols of dominance, now carry an undertone of desperate, dawning understanding. The fate of the shattered realms rests upon their choices, their next move in this cosmic chess game. But for now, the Overmind watches, its single, massive eye, gleaming with cold, patient anticipation. The Titans are its batteries, and it demands they fight harder for its ultimate, terrifying purpose.